Howdy, and welcome to Book Your Give Here. We're Travel That Gives. I'm Lulu Lima, your chief travel guru. I hope this episode of Dream Now Travel Later inspires you to travel, and I invite you to give us the opportunity to help plan your next memorable trip. So grab your popcorn and enjoy.
Yikes! So Tuesday is my little Travel Tuesday day. And so I want to invite you guys to join me in welcoming Joe Vanderhoff from Sandals and Beaches. He's going to make sure that we know all of the amazing properties that Sandals has. Beaches being that it's also all inclusive, but it's family friendly. And certainly we have great opportunities to just kind of get well, right? Because that's what we need. And I'm already going mentally insane, but then again, my name is Lulu, so we all know what that means. So with that, I'm going to give Joe the floor and let him take it away.
Hey, thanks, Lulu. Yeah, welcome to Monday, Tuesday. Quarantine brain is definitely in effect for everyone. My name is Joe Vanderhoff. I'm just the local Sandals rep, basically. So I work in Austin and San Antonio, and I get to work with all these great agents and agencies.
So guys, what I'm going to do is that I am going to show some real-time websites. So you might see some pop-ups. So please forgive us for some of that. But we'll kind of walk through some of those moving pieces. We want to show you where you can find all of the Sandals properties as well as the Beaches properties. So want to start with the Beaches?
Yeah, we can start with whichever you prefer.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the family-friendly properties first. And so we're going to go, our faces are going to go offline, but you should be able to hear myself and Joe talking. So with that, there we go. We have these beautiful resorts for the beaches.
So yeah, just to explain, so Sandals are adults only, very romantic, but couples only typically. Where Beaches is a Sandal, all-inclusive, all 5-star, just like Sandals, the family groups. So anytime you want to do, a group of even your best friends or just children in general, taking the family, then Beaches is where you want to go. So we have 3 Beaches locations. One, the most popular and largest, is the Turks and Caicos, as you can see here, and it's by far my favorite. And Negril, Beaches Negril in Jamaica, as well as Ocho Rios in Jamaica too. So again, there's so many different room categories. If it was just, you and your 3 kids that want to go, there's tons of room categories for that. But basically, all these resorts have water parks. Again, everything's included. So you're snorkeling, scuba diving, paddleboarding, kayaking, all that fun stuff that families love to do. And they're on some of the best beaches in the world. Turks and Caicos in particular has several different villages within it. And the nice thing about it all-inclusive is you never have to think about where you're going to eat or what you're going to drink. And again, it's top-notch for adults too. So if you wanted to take a break from the children, then they could have some time with their kids snack. And ages are broken down basically by different categories on age, and they can go do their thing while the parents get to relax and maybe have a drink or two on the beach. We are partnered with Custom Street, so you can even have Elmo tucked in your little one. And we do have autistic specialists. All staff members are certified in autism to take care of families with that need. And some travel agents as well are certified in it. So.
Yeah, and that's super great. So for everybody out there who has children on the spectrum or anything like that, Beaches is really great for that. Because it has all of those certifications in terms of again, the autism piece of things, and also, you partners with Sesame Street. Who doesn't want to be part of that?
Yeah, they're great. They're always walking around the resort and have different sing-alongs and events you'll see together. You can take photos with them and just all kinds of great stuff. But the water parks are amazing too. There's a really fun lazy river in Turks, boogie board machine. We have the food trucks there. So it's just a huge resort with tons to do. You'll never get bored, and the whole family can go.
Yeah, this is super awesome. So, and I remember being in Negril and doing a site visit and having just an amazing opportunity to really experience all of those moving pieces. just going into the kids area, having, and the staff was so much like, they were like ready to rock and roll. So for those of you guys who don't want to go towards the Turks and Caicos, Negril is also a great option, as is Ocho Rios.
Yes, those Jamaica resorts are next to or near our Sandals resorts there too. So we'll do, as far as weddings go, if you're interested in doing a big wedding and there's a big mix of families, then you can actually stay at beaches and have the wedding there. The kids are happy. But if you did have your wedding on a Sandals, the children could come, from the resort, from beaches perhaps, and go to the wedding on Sandals, and then they would just leave after the reception. But between the two, if you are staying at a Sandals, you can visit the beaches complimentary. So if you're in Sandals and Grill or Sandals Ocho Rios, you can visit the beaches resort for free. You just need that day water park.
That's an awesome perk. So with that, let's go take a look at some of the properties of Sandals, because I know, obviously Sandals has so many amazing options. And I know in the Bahamas, you can go swimming with the pigs. And there's, obviously that's such a great, fun thing to do. Grenada, you have a property, Antigua. And so those are, different islands that are not necessarily as crowded or as popular, and will still give you guys the opportunity to do social distancing. So
the great thing about the resorts you mentioned, some of them, so Antigua, Grenada, Barbados, even St. Lucia are very low. There are southern eastern islands, which are usually very protected from hurricane season. So you can rest assured that some of the best rates and times to travel are in that season. But because they're lower, they rarely see hurricanes at all. And like she said, they're smaller islands. So social distancing and things like that, they're very great for.
Yeah, absolutely.
15 resorts between the 6 different islands, as you can see here. And we can kind of run down a few of them. There's 6 in Jamaica alone. That's where everything started. So the first Sandals, and just to give you a little bit of a clarification on Sandals, it is luxury, 5-star, all-inclusive resort, the only one of its kind. And what that means is 5-star service, whether you have a butler or you're a concierge service, you get to kind of choose how pampered you want to be. But all restaurants are included. So with that being said, the food is top-notch. We don't have, some resorts have restrictions on where you can eat at. All of our resorts are open to everyone. So everything's included, and there's maybe 1 or 2 resorts you have to actually make a reservation for. Butcher's Steakhouse, and then Kimono's is a Japanese steakhouse as well. Aside from that, with on a Sandals, the paddle boarding, the snorkeling, the scuba diving, the golf, all those things are inclusive.
So I'm going to pull up Grenada here because it's, a new up and coming island, so to speak, in terms of there are direct flights from the New York area, which a lot of my clients are from. So for those of you guys on the East Coast, JetBlue has some great direct flights. So, and even for St. Lucia as well. So, but you can see how beautiful this property is. And so it's a great opportunity to go and explore islands that we wouldn't necessarily have gone to. And certainly, do have that off the beaten path option. And as you can see, they really are high-end luxury.
Yes, and in Grenada, speaking of the island, it's one of those where you get off the plane and you can smell the spices in Grenada. It's called the island spice, and the food there is extraordinary. There's so many things to do. It's got our sky pool, which means that there's balcony options that instead of a balcony, you actually have an infinity pool, and there's a photo of it right there. So imagine that. You're in your room, in your balcony, looking over the edge of that pool. And Grenada is one of the ones that has that. And it's a newer resort, so it's very modern feel. And dining, again, is world class. Tons of options. Smaller resort to get around on. So I'm looking forward to going there myself soon.
Yeah, me too. I'm definitely looking forward to it. And all of the Sandals have great culinary aspects and things like that. So do you want to talk a little bit about how, in terms of the restaurants and things like that, and what you guys can offer, diet wise and all of that?
Yeah, so the nice thing on Sandals, and even before you go, you can fill out a preference to if you are vegetarian or gluten, intolerant, any special needs. That goes to our culinary team, and they can ensure that, whatever restaurant you go to, you'll have options, and they'll make sure they're aware that you're coming. So different things you can do ahead of time. But as far as the restaurants and the chefs, a lot of these chefs are from the country of origin or from other countries. So Italian restaurants, typically we will have an Italian chef, and the menu is just, very authentic, and it's different than having an Italian night on a trip. It's an Italian restaurant. And then you can start it. When we're there, we go to the sushi restaurant called Soy, and that's kind of our appetizer. And then we'll go to, Butch's Steakhouse or Kelly's on the Dock, different restaurants. So you can eat you can have as much lobster as you want, and there's no surcharge or anything of that nature. And then every diet restriction will be handled carefully as well.
That's awesome. And, your properties, because they are on the higher end side, they have a wellness component as well. Could you talk a little bit about how Sandals manages wellness?
Yes, we have a Live Well program. So every day there's an event, and that could be yoga, a fitness instruction, and instructors on every resort, gyms on every resort. My favorite is in Sandals Royal Bohemian. It's actually like in the penthouse, and as you're on the treadmill, it just overlooks the Caribbean Sea. And even if you don't feel like running, man, I tell you what, you get on that treadmill and just stand there with a drink or run, whatever you got to do, it's amazing to you. But most of our resorts now are pushing the wellness culture, and there's tons of opportunities to go on there. We have the Red Lake Spa, so high-end massage, and then different facials and things you can do. Some are extra, some are included. So right there's the spa treatment.
Yeah.
There's another great Red Lake Spa is amazing. The shampoos, the soaps, everything is in your room, and they're all very well crafted ingredients. But we're very proud of the Red Lake Spas.
And we can, if you want to pre-plan your treatments, we can help you coordinate all of that. And if you're having a wedding, and if you want to coordinate all of the moving pieces that go with this, to do the spa, to make sure that you're nice and calm and ready for your beautiful wedding, we can help you coordinate all of that in advance. So, and Joe here is really going to be my right hand. He's my point of contact, guys. So anything that I need, if I can't find it, he's going to find it for me. He's going to make sure that you guys are really well taken care of. So it's going to be a great opportunity for us to work together and obviously think of that wellness. I'd love to invite you guys to take a gander at your calendars and see if maybe you want to actually plan something for 2021, because they're giving away some great little opportunities. Do you want to talk about some of the discounts that you've got to offer?
Yeah, so every week we have a program called the 777, which they take basically 7 resorts and 7 room categories and offer discounts, for different travel dates. So Lulu typically would get that email, or I would give it to her, and then she can kind of promote that for you to know, hey, what's coming up, what are the good deals, and then based on those deals, there's always Valentine's Day
things like that.
Like any holiday essentially is a special. So,
Yeah, that's awesome. And at least that way, if you guys are interested, I know that there's some stuff that's going on now. I will add it to our to the video later, so that way, if you guys want, if you guys want a couple of discounts or some treatments or things like that, Sandals has offered that to us, and so I want to make sure that you guys have it. Obviously, it's a limited time window to book it, but we could book it for 2021, and at least you can have your deposit. You can have that. So if any of these properties really entice you, we certainly can do something. So I'm super excited about all of that. So, Joe, thank you for doing this. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties, but at least, hey, we've got the message across, and really at the end of the day, my focus is just to make sure that everybody has all of the moving pieces that they like and that they want, and inspire travel. And what better way than the Caribbean? That beautiful blue and green that you see, you're not going to get it anywhere else, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
very well said.
I really appreciate your time and you walking us through some of these nice, beautiful beaches, as well as the Red Lane Spa, because now I really need a spa treatment. Like, who doesn't, right?
Yeah. For sure.
So if you guys all have any questions or anything like that, feel free to message me, and we're ready to rock and roll for you. Thank you guys, and enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.
Sounds
Bye.
good. See ya.